Hello everybody, I'm Detektiv and welcome back to another Rise of Nations video. Today we're not playing as anything because it is more of a news. Well, basically I will be showing you guys countries that will probably never get in game, and I will also say why they won't get into the game. It's a random video that I wanted to do for some reason, and here it is. So before we begin, consider liking and subscribing if you enjoy this. It will help me out a ton, and I would really appreciate it. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin this. Okay, so first one we're gonna talk about is the Califate of Cordoba. This part of Spain. I know it's very similar to the black that I used for the background country, but yeah. So the Califate of Cordoba would be a formable for Andalusia that would compose most of Portugal, most of Spain, and in fact even a little bit of Morocco, this part. But yeah, let's look at the stats and let me explain why it won't be a formable. Alright. In terms of stats, the Califate of Cordoba will still have quite a decent amount of manpower, population, and 1,500 economy. It's decent, I guess, but yeah, the main reason why this won't be formed by Andalusia, or in fact, cannot be formed by any nation in Iberia, is because it is simply Christian. Most of Iberia is Christian. That's literally why the conquista happened. Like, I don't think a Christian nation would reform a Muslim empire. It doesn't make sense. Like, it will be very much, what if something such as Greece, like, were to form the entire Ottoman Empire? It doesn't make sense. Next one on the list is the Kingdom of Burgundy. Okay, like, one of the biggest Western European nations, and you probably know them by the Ordnance State of Burgundy from TNO, whatever. Now, the formable was really hard for me to figure out what were the borders. But yeah, let's look at the stats a little bit. And yeah, it has about 10 million people, quite some manpower, but yeah, overall, not a lot going on. There are 3 reasons why Burgundy cannot be a formable. First one, the lack of successor states. Neither Belgium and Luxembourg consider themselves as a successor of Burgundy, and Burgundy is unterrorizable. Secondo, I was not able to figure out the borders, so we are forced to look at this. In fact, like, yeah. So third and last one is that it is a personal union, which means that it's not one big country. The only example of it being a formable is Austria-Hungary, but it's the only one that is allowed. The other ones are basically banned from Rise of Nations. I don't really understand that part, but still, this is why Burgundy cannot be a formable. Whoa, 2 formables. So, okay, Hashemite Arab Federation and the United Arab States are 2 different formables that have decided to link up together because they are rejected for the same exact reasons. So both countries are actually really strong, the first one being composed of Iraq and Jordan, the second one being composed of Egypt, Syria, and Oman. The United Arab States would be composed of about 42 million people, a very strong income of 2.6 M, and a tad lot of manpower income. It is a really strong country, to be honest. Meanwhile, the other one is a tad lot weaker with far less population, far less manpower in game, this means also, and a lot less treasury, yes. Now, the reason why those 2 formables are rejected is because they are both pan-Arabic formable and personal unions, just like Burgundy. Like, pan-Arabism is basically unification of all Arabic people. Those were failed attempts, I suppose, but I don't see why you would form something that is a failed attempt at achieving something. And Arab League exists as well, in order to make a pan-Arabic formable. So yeah. On other notes, I wouldn't really like these countries to be far stronger, especially Egypt, because now they get to call a lot more land for free, and it's just, no, please stop, Egypt is far too strong. Next one is the Kingdom of France. Now, this thing. You may wonder, like, wait, but bro, this is just France without Savoy, but with this one city from Belgium. Let me just... no. Because it also includes French Louisiana, Haiti, and French Guyana. So, this formable would be obviously a massive one. Like, I suppose it also counts as New France because this is New France, obviously. Like, Quebec possibly could form this if it was possible. Now, alright, let's look a little bit at the stats and let me explain why this won't be. So, the formable is obviously like ton of manpower, about 90 million population and 5 million income. The reason why this cannot be a formable, unfortunately, is because it will make France another country with 6 formables, just like Egypt with UAE, but also like it's another colonial empire, and I don't really think, as a French personally, I don't really think we wanna go back to being a monarchy. We literally broke free from the monarchy, we are not gonna become it again. But yeah, and for New France it's a colony, so Quebec cannot form it. Next formable I will cover up is the Kingdom of Prussia, because it's basically the most popular country that isn't a formable. So yeah, basically formed by Kaliningrad, it will conclude of most of Germany, most of Poland, and a big ass mess as well. Now the country would be actually pretty strong, because it includes the Rhineland, aka basically the good part of Germany. Anyways, the country would still have quite a decent economy, amount of population, and everything. But, of course, it is not a formable. Let me explain why, basically shortly. But yeah, no, look at this. Many people would be happy if it was into the game. Wouldn't it? First off, Kaliningrad can't really form this, because Kaliningrad has a majority Russian population. It wouldn't make any sense if a Russian nation were to form a Germany country, especially the one that unified Germany. Germany also cannot form this because, well, why would you unify under the country that formed you? It doesn't make any sense. And also, last one, Prussian borders absolutely suck. Like, except the west, into the Poland part, but like in Germany, I couldn't figure out how to do them. So I went with this, including all of Schleswig, and yeah. Not only that, there is also many different Prussian nations. Like, there was one, we could have chosen the one in around 1815, or actually no, 1804, after the partition of Poland, which included like more of Poland, you know? Yeah, so the lack of normal borders for Prussia, plus the fact that nobody can really form it, is why Prussia is not a formable. And alright, yeah, this is gonna be the end of today's video. I know it was pretty short, but I hope I did clear up some confusion about why some countries aren't here. If you have any other countries that you want me to cover up, then consider typing them into the comments. Other than that, consider liking and subscribing if you want to see more of this, and I hope to see you guys in another video. Goodbye!